LeBron.
Like I'm right, said Fred. I'm not guilty, now give me back my bread. Mr. District Attorney, I'm not sure if they told you I'm on TV every day. What the could I go to?
I remember back in 2013 when Miami had our big win streak. We got the 27, and every game we were a marked team. Nobody wanted to just be another victim along the way, and everybody would expect us to win each game. Now we're just one game away from the 72 Lakers winning streak, and the pressure has ramped up even more. But I know my guys.
It's the game everyone has been waiting for. The Cavaliers take their 33-game winning streak and put it on the line against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Hi everyone, Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, and we've got a game, Clark, where history could be made tonight. So much to talk about.
We sure do. The Cavs come in trying to take down a record that has stood for 46 years. It just so happens that they'll be up against the franchise that holds the record.
And the Lakers have come out and said that this game means a ton to them. They aren't just viewing this as another game by any means.
Well, if there's any franchise that has pride, it's the Lakers. They'll do anything they can to prevent Cleveland from getting win number 34. Not to mention John Trice would love to show up his old team.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kemba Walker is out there with DeRozan. Then it's Hill, and it's Trice, and it's Love in at the power forward position. And for the Cavaliers, Irving and Waiters, the guards. Smith out there with LeBron James, and it's Aldridge in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, you knew tensions would be high as the Cavs had a chance to break the Lakers' record against the current LA team. And the ante was upped even further when John Trice said that the Cavs have no chance, I quote, at breaking the record.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Here's Irving. He's coming off a 34-point game against Brooklyn.
He got some huge points from the foul line, too, Kevin. He was very aggressive, generating contact and drawing fouls.
Well, back to what Trice said, you have to love the competitive spirit, but he's looking to guarantee a win against a team that Clark has won 33 consecutive games.
Kevin, that is a tough sell on his part, but if any team is going to put a stop to the Cavs, it will be this Lakers squad playing with passion. Trice will need to back up his words with his play. One of the oldest plays in basketball made that dunk possible.
That's right, a terrific screen right there, Steve. Allowed him to lose his man and rock it to the rim.
Now, don't you love to see players working together in that fundamental play? Fun to watch.
Now here's LeBron. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. Irving passes to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Smith's got his first points of the night. Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, that one was a very physical game, and it played right into their hands. You know, a lot of their points came at the foul line, Clark.
Yeah, and it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So don't forget about that part of it either.
And he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
And perhaps the best thing about him, Steve, is the way he takes charge down the stretch of close games. The higher the stakes, the better he plays.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Lakers. Rosen dishes to Walker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Walker's got his second basket of the night.
With the way both of these clubs have been playing, obviously the Cavs are just on a monster run right now, but the Lakers have been a force in the West. I mean, I think this is a potential finals matchup we're looking at.
I agree. There is more than just a record at stake here. These two teams have an NBA championship in their sights this season, and this game will be a good measuring stick for both sides to see where they are.
Here's Walker. The Cavaliers making the shot. Again, the Lakers.
Red hot right out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
Back to LeBron. Outside Irving. Good on the three-point shot. Irving's got 8.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Walker against Irving. Shot, high post. Again, the Lakers.
Well, that shot keeps them at 100% from the field this quarter.
The drive by LeBron. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
And here's Walker outside. Love. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Pau Gasol is checked in for the Lakers. Anderson comes in for Kevin Love.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
Doubled by Cole. Now here's Shved, defended by Waiters. Waiters, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Clock at 6. Here's Gasol. Another shot. And that one's good. Shved.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him. You know, it almost seemed like destiny, guys, when the Cavs started this run. As soon as they started creeping towards 25 wins and then 30, you looked ahead on the schedule, and lo and behold, there's the Lakers.
Yeah, you almost wish anytime a franchise has a record that could be broken, they get a chance to defend it. But this matchup, with everything that's on the line, is all that an NBA fan could ask for, partner.
And here comes the break. Moving it up. Walker, the open look. No luck. And Cleveland the other way now. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Yeah, they really had their number in that game. Big margin of victory for them. They got there by really including their bench. The depth became a major factor. They just wore them down.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Chandler. Smith comes in for Bennett. LeBron, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Norris Cole. And here's the Lakers. Big stretch here going 10-2. What Steve just talked about regarding how much they spread their scoring around was probably the most striking thing about that big win.
And the fact that they did have such a huge lead allowed them to even use their bench a little more than normal, and that was something that served them well.
LeBron with the buckets. LeBron's got 8.
How many times have we seen him do that? Just batter a defense with his ability to explode to the basket.
Feeds to Shved. Fires for 3. The shot is off. And Cleveland the other way now. And here comes Smith leading the fast break.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
The Cavaliers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And both free throws good for LeBron. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Walker. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas. Leonard kicks to Anderson. Passes it to Shved. Drills it from outside. Shved's got 7 points.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive field.
Tune in Friday, April 7th, the New York Knicks.
1 quarter in the books as the Cavaliers continue on their quest for 34.
Never easy to go for a record when everybody is focused in on you.
And believe me, this is the story going on in the NBA right now. All NBA fans have tuned into this one. You know, one thing that's been overlooked is that Trice is going up against a team that he essentially abandoned after winning a title last season. Not sure exactly how each party feels about the other, but I don't think they're going to be laughing and joking around too much out there on the court.
Yeah, I agree with you. And these Cleveland fans would love to let Trice know just how much they miss him with the win. Getting a win over the player that left town and setting the record would be a sweet feeling.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Cleveland, they've got Kyrie Irving. LeBron James is out there with Royce White. And there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Taylor in at the 2 spot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, I'm not sure if many saw this tear that the Cavs have been on coming, including them. I talked to LeBron about it, and he said, quote, "It isn't something we set out to do. We just sort of got into a rhythm early on in the season, and everything else fell into place." He added, now that the record is within sight, however, they definitely are thinking about it. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. It would be hard just to view this, Clark, as any other game.
Beyond hard, impossible, really.
Right.
You know, they've heard all about it up to this point, and now that they are here, it's silly to try to ignore that they are on the brink of history. Just acknowledge it, embrace it, and enjoy the ride.
That's it. The Lakers trail. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
The Cavaliers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. And it's good. Walk through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, regardless of whether the Cavs pull off the record or not, one thing that we've certainly learned with them is that the sky is the limit. No talk about the front court being too old. They can beat any team on any given night.
And, Steve, the aging front court was the big question, but they've answered that in a huge way with this win streak. I mean, you have to think that they're going to be major players come playoff time.
15 seconds on the shot.
With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. We take a look at the Cavaliers. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, there's the Celtics, right at second place.
When I look at Cleveland, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. Let's see if they can continue that momentum.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
Taylor passes to LeBron. Took him no time at all on that one. And it's a 5-point Cavalier lead.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
And Shved kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Shved. Lakers working the ball around now. Trice dishes to Shved. The Lakers rebound. Love the pass to Trice. Over Irving. Here's Love. And another shot. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Chandler. Smith comes in for Royce White. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Taylor.
Nobody was quite sure what to make of Trice's departure from Cleveland, but he has taken over Los Angeles and elevated the team back to prominence. They have looked really sharp so far.
You know what, Steve? So many great players in the past have put on the Laker uniform, and Trice looks to be the next one in line. A lot of pressure to win in L.A., as we know. But so far, he's been able to live up to the expectations.
Irving kicks to Waiters. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And the Cavaliers lead by 4.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Now let's take a look now at some of the most explosive players in the NBA lately. The highest scoring small forwards of the past month. LeBron James second. In the third spot, John Trice.
You know, a lot of the NBA's most explosive players man that small forward position. And you're looking at a pretty good collection of them right there.
Steve, I'd say more than pretty good. Those are the guys that give opposing defenses nightmares on a regular basis.
So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles. completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers.
Taking a look back over the last month, Kevin, let's check out how Cleveland stacked up. Tops in scoring, second in field goal percentage, and they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about, it is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Kemba Walker is checked in for the Lakers. Love outside. Now here's Walker. He's guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Cavaliers pull it in.
You look back at that amazing LA Laker win streak in 1972. To win 33 in a row is something that, personally, I never thought could be matched. They were just head and shoulders above every other team that year as they proved it early in the regular season.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Now here's Bennett. DeRozan defending. Back to Aflalo. Kicks it to Bennett. He feeds it to Cole. He dishes it to White. Gets it to go. And it's a 10-point Cavalier lead. As you said with the Lakers, they started with that win streak in their first game in November of 71. Couldn't lose, and this is just remarkable, wouldn't lose, Clark, until a road trip in the middle of January of 72.
And Kevin, during that streak, they were blowing out teams, just drumming. Win number 20 might have been the hardest for them when they needed overtime to beat Phoenix, but otherwise, there weren't many close calls.
Oh my God!
And the Lakers making a change here. Schved's checked in. Cole dishes to Aflalo. Bennett, and another three for Cleveland.
Boy, such standing patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Trice passes to Walker. And again, the Lakers no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And Bennett throws it down. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Now, here's Trice, defended by Bennett. Pass to Love. Trice kicks to Schved. The feed now to Trice. Dishes it to Walker. Launches a three. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Remains Cleveland ball.
Here's Waiters. Oh, he knocks it in. A beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time.
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 17. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on...
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's Wednesday night at the 2K Sports Studio, and this is the halftime report. The Cavaliers have been tearing it up, and offensively just filling it up, making the pass.
The Sprint halftime report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter coming up soon. Cavaliers still going for number 34.
And they better not start to tighten up these last few quarters. Well, you look at how the 72 Lakers team was constructed versus how this Cavs team is put together. Some similarities and some differences, but each had a few stars that they could lean on during crunch time to get a win.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. They've got Trice. Kevin Love out there with Hill.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Here's Trice. LeBron with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
15 seconds.
And the Lakers with possession here. Trailing by 17. They grab their own miss. And Love gets it to go.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Raiders no luck. Lakers trailed by 15. Throws and dishes to Walker. And that one's good. Walker's got 16 points.
He put that lead pass in perfect position for his teammate.
Irving attacking. Rebound, Kemba Walker. Walker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He kicks to Trice. Kept alive. Here's Hill. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. And that one misses. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And the second free throw, good.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
You have to remember that this isn't the first time a team with LeBron has challenged this record. Back in 2013, his Miami Heat squad came close to the 72 Lakers 33-game win streak, but ultimately fell just short.
And the Lakers call time here. Good numbers, good thoughts there, Clark. Remember that with LeBron and the big three of Miami getting to 27 consecutive wins. But, you know, Steve ultimately came up short of the all-time record.
Yeah, but what a run that was. And I'll tell you what, since then, nobody else besides this Cavs team has even come close. I mean, that many wins in a row, that's something special. And, you know, to have a chance of chasing down a record 2 different times in your career, that's pretty rare in the NBA.
Here's Trice. LeBron with the block. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Right block shot. The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's got 18 points. Lakers trail by 17. Outside, Walker throws it up high. And Trice slams it in.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for them.
But it has to translate, Clark. If they're going to cut into this lead, they've got to convert those boards into points.
What a game for LeBron. 18 points, and he's produced 6 points from the free throw line. That's nice work.
He's helping their cause, finding some easy points through penetration and attacking the defense.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Hill. Anderson comes in for Kevin Love. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Trice. Here's Leonard. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws.
And a moment to check out LeBron James here. They are loving what they've seen from him over the last month. Those stat lines have been tremendous. 10th in scoring, 15th in field goal percentage.
Oh my gosh,
and one of the better passers in the league, in the top 20 in assists per game.
And you don't become a top 10 scorer, Steve, without a variety of offensive moves and a whole bunch of tricks in your bag. So he makes for wonderful highlights the way he can score.
And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess. Huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
And he knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Lakers trailed by 16. Walker with it. 16 points for him. Back to Leonard. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Smith the pass to Waiters. A second chance effort. James. Rebounded by the Lakers. Walker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that Memphis game turns out.
LeBron drives in. Yes! and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him. He continues to finish at the basket.
And also, Steve, I think he's the definition of a lockdown defender. It doesn't matter what style of player he's up against. He can handle just about anything that's thrown at him.
Lakers trailed by 18. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions yet.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting team.
At the line.
Second, the Cavaliers.
You know, this team has been outstanding in terms of shooting percentage. Any team that can shoot this well can only give themselves a much better chance to win. They share the ball, they take high-quality shots, and they're always on the same page offensively.
And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Lakers. Hill comes in for Pau Gasol. And Kevin Love is subbed in for Ryan Anderson. The Lakers shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Royce White comes in for Josh Smith. And Bennett subbed in for LeBron. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. Take a look at the Lakers. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
Looking at the Lakers, they've continued their breakout season. I mean, they've showed tremendous promise thus far, and I'm looking for big things from this team.
Yeah, Clark, as the postseason approaches, there's plenty of optimism, but as you know, the playoffs are a whole different animal. Let's see if they can continue that momentum.
1:04 left to play in the third.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
It's a great play under the boards for him, and you know that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
Irving kicks to Taylor. Bennett drains the three-pointer. Bennett's got 10 points.
The defense sagged off, and you know he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Now here's Trice, guarded closer. That's good.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Irving, good.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Leonard dishes to Walker. In low to Hill. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Bennett, he's guarded by Love. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Count the bucket. 13 points for John Trice. Now, here is Irving. White. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Trice. No good. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by 19. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
Coming up next Monday, April 9th.
One more quarter of action on the way between the Cavs and the Lakers.
Boy, so much on the line for both of these franchises. Pride is going to drive this final quarter of the game, Kevin.
The Cavaliers leading by 19. LeBron James is out there with Smith. Then it's Norris Cole, and there's Deion Waiters, and it's Aldridge in at the center. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I'm glad they didn't try. You don't want anybody getting hurt out here.
Now, here's Trice, covered by LeBron. 6 to shoot. Shot's good by Walker.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Pau Gasol's checked in for Kevin Love. Irving passes to Waiters. There's the dish to Smith. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Now here's Trice, defended by Waiters. Hill kicks to Walker. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Walker's got 20 points.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
And it's Smith penetrating. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Trice, covered by LeBron. Trice kicks to Gasol. That's good.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Irving drives in. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk. That's doing some skyscraping.
We're talking about a point guard there, Kevin. He can really raise up.
Flashy pass, monster dunk, whatever it is. I mean, this guy's got the versatility to do it.
And DeRozan kicks to Gasol. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Cavaliers leading by 19 points. LeBron with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. The shot by Irving. The shot is off. And the Lakers take it the other way. Now the pass to Walker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And what a tremendous game for Walker. He has 20 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
This is what they need to do in the second half to come out with the win. It's not the only thing, but when you convert free throws at the other end, you put a lot of pressure on the opponent to play solid defense against you.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the timeout and give yourself a chance to regroup.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Lakers trailed by 17. Here's DeRozan. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Cole's shot is good.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
Timeout called the Lakers. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Trice with it, now guarded by White, and stolen by Bennett. Outside White. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Gasol dishes to DeRozan. Here's Trice. Chandler with the block. But they'll get another chance. They get the rebound. And that one's good.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He's just one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And another thing I love about him is his willingness to really get in there and mix it up. I mean, to put his body on the line, if that's what it's going to take to make a play.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Walker's shot is off. The Cavaliers leading by 21. Here's a follow. Rejected by Trice. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Lakers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. And stolen by LeBron. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Waiters leading the charge. Lakers trailed by 21. And And it's the Lakers on the break. Walker with it. Guarded now by Irving. Gasol's shot is good. Cavaliers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. LeBron passes to Aldridge. Irving. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. Love's checked in. Trice kicks to Walker. He passes to Trice. Baseline J on the way. And it's sent back by Irving.
He has not been on his game. And, you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation. Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Here's Trice. The kick out to Walker. Feeds it to Hill. Back to Walker. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And now 24 points for Kemba Walker.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Hill. Anderson comes in for Trice. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Alexei Shved in for Kemba Walker. Irving, good.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
A nice shot by Gasol.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
It's LeBron.
Oh, how about that basketball, man?
Beautiful.
Wow.
LeBron with a huge dunk, slamming it in and trying to get to 34 straight wins in style.
Poke loose and stolen by Kyrie Irving. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
Now here's Shved. Defense is right there. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Daniel Green, he's checked in for the Lakers. The three from LeBron. Another three for Cleveland.
Just a little bit more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate the win.
Well, they can already start to celebrate, Steve, and they should let their team hear it. They were good.
That's good.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
And the shot is good.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
And Aldridge with the block. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here.
Wow, what a way to get into the record books. You beat the franchise that has held the record for so long, and you make a big statement in the process. Got to tip your hats to the Cavs.
You know, it hasn't been easy for them, Steve, to